Hey everyone, Sandy here, and today I am scrapbooking this one black and white photo, and I'm using my Distress inks in rainbow order. I'm going to try something new out. This is actually for a challenge from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club's Scrappy Party that was going on this weekend. Challenges are still open, and I took inspiration from the one photo with the rainbow, so I don't know if this is going to turn out, but let's see what I can do.
So I'm starting off by spritzing my cardstock, and this is a very light gray cardstock. It's not white. I also spritz my palette, which I'm working on. It's just a huge palette that I got off of Amazon. I originally got this to use in my art journal so that I could kind of get messy and not worry about it, but I found that it's really great for distress inks as well. So I'm just taking the colors and I'm just going in rainbow order, and what I'm doing is just ever so slightly mixing the last color with the freshest color that I put on. And anytime I feel like it's not dark enough, I just go back in a little bit. Like this green, just ever so slightly into the yellow. And as you can see, the whole time I'm just adding more colors, bringing them in. This gets a little bit more teal than I wanted it to, so I add a little bit more blue, and it actually has dried a little bit more teal than I wanted it to, but it's fine. You know, I used the colors I had, and I made it work. Right, and I'm just using this entire side of the palette here, and I keep watering and mixing the Distress inks, and now I've got this kind of like screwy looking rainbow on the palette. So what I'm going to do is, after I touch up here, what I'm going to do is actually move this sheet out of the way, and then I'm going to take another sheet of cardstock. Oh, I've just made some extra green there. I'm going to take another sheet of cardstock and just lay it on top of all this Distress ink. And what that's going to do is just pull up the ink and give me the start of a mixed media background for another page. It definitely won't look the same as what I've got going on right now, and it won't have that same kind of feel. It's definitely going to be a little bit messier. I'll probably use some stencils and some like texture paste and stuff like that. So I just pull it up, and there we go. Here I am. This is much, much drier now. It's still ever so slightly damp. Like there's just a tiny little bit of water still in it. What I'm doing is trimming it down, and I'm using my trimmer to just cut off the big edges, and I'm trimming it down to 10 by 10 because I don't want any real white edges on the side of this. And then also what I'm going to do is take my black soot Distress ink and just go around the edges of it, just to take that little bit of white off. And that's just quick and easy. And I have this very lime green, almost yellow cardstock, and I have some sheets of it. It came in a stack of cardstocks, and I don't really use it, but I thought it would be a great outline for the rainbow, especially since my title, which I'm using, that says that acrylic that says Picture Perfect, is in that bright yellowy color. And that is something that came in a Freckled Fawn kit. So I'm just making sure to line it up. And I really, really like the effect of this black and white photo over top of this painted rainbow. I really enjoy it. Now I've pulled out this stamp, and I believe this is a very old basic gray stamp. It comes in a big like 12 by 12 sheet of stamps. And I pulled out my Tim Holtz stamping platform, which I don't use a whole lot, but it comes in like super handy when you want to scrapbook your 12 by 12. So I just plop it down, sling over that lid, and pull the stamp up. And I'm using Stays On ink because I know that this is like a distressed kind of stamp, but I want it to be as crisp as possible, even though the stamp itself has distress, like a look to it, and I'm also stamping on 3 layers of textured cardstock. Now the first time I think, wow, I really didn't ink that up really well, and I decide to stand up, and like I don't even realize that my one magnet is preventing my edge from going down all the way, and that's where I realize it does. So I just push it in, and then miraculously it stamps. Hooray! And I'm just trying to figure out if I want to stamp anymore, and I decide nope. So I set that all aside and clean that up. And then I pull out these like vellum stickers, and they came in the September Freckled Fawn kit. And they're not printed exactly onto like the way they should be cut. They're like a little bit off kilter. So I take that vellum sticker and I place it underneath of the photo, and that is a very, very light piece of yellow vellum that the photo is matted on. And I'm just figuring out where I want to place the picture perfect, because I don't really want to cut off any letters. I don't want the photo to be showing in some sort of weird spot, and I also want to kind of cover up that end of the sticker right there. And again, pulling out my black and white stuff from the Freckled Fawn September kit, and I just throw these 3 little enamel triangles down, and I really like this. I'm like, this is great. This is going to be a simple layout, but I really like the look of it. Like it just makes me happy to see this. I'm not exactly sure why, like it just does. But I do decide I need a little bit of something up at the top here. So I take the Good Times sticker, and it's off ever so slightly, like it's off to the left a little bit. It's definitely not centered. And I'm thinking I'm going to repeat the 3 enamel triangles up at the top, but I decide I don't like that. Like it's too much. There's too much black up there for me. It kind of like makes the rainbow kind of fade a little bit, in my opinion. And I decide maybe I'll try 1 triangle and have it like this. And I'm like, no. So what I decide to do is pull out yet another Freckled Fawn embellishment and pull out that puffy purple heart sticker. And I'm thinking I've got the yellow over the yellow area. I can put the purple heart sticker over the purple area. And then I'm going to grab some Doodlebug sprinkles, which are glittery enamel dots, and I'm just going to sprinkle them around the page. And it takes me a minute to get them exactly where I want them. But I do get them where I want them, and they look pretty good. So this is a really simple page for me. It didn't take long at all to put together, but I really enjoyed making it, and I really like the look of it. So who knows, maybe some more of these really simple pages with just some painted backgrounds are in my future. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.